Hi. I have been experimenting with makeup this evening in anticipation for Halloween, and I thought as long as I've got some makeup on and I'm in my cave of magical thinking, that it might be time for another chapter of Murder Bytes. I decided the fedora might give me kind of a cool look. I'm not wearing the fedora for Halloween. It's actually Dale's fedora, so it's very, very big on me. But I've decided that I really do like fedoras and I might need one for my own. So there might be some shopping in my future. Anyway, I'm going to be reading tonight not from my proof copy, but from my composition book, which, if you'll notice, there's a little, radioactive glare from it. It's because it's actually a tablet. Ooh, faked you out. But my proof copy went to an author friend of mine who graciously agreed to read it and see if they could find anything nice to say about it to blurb before its release, which I am, more than grateful for. So I thought I will read chapter 3 and show you just how easy it is to read on an ebook. And I will look very spooky because the screen is going to illuminate my face in some really wicked and weird ways. So here we go with chapter 3. Skip wore his usual flinty expression as he drove. Did he say what kind of trouble? He didn't say. Peri stared ahead at the road, trying to will him to drive faster. I'm not sure which is weirder, that he called or that he's here in town. When did you ever hear from him without prompting? She tapped the console. Never. And I haven't seen him since Eric's funeral. I still can't believe you grew up calling your parents by their first names. I still can't believe I'm grown up. She pointed to the right. That's it. Skip pulled into a spot and Peri unbuckled her seatbelt before the car stopped rolling. He reached across her. Easy. It's gonna be okay. She leaned back and took a deep breath. I guess. Everything feels so, I don't know, like you're running to catch up with it? Yes. She pursed her lips. One more side effect of the shooting? Possibly, but then again, patience has never been one of your strengths. She punched his arm and got out. Inside, she saw a semi-familiar face tucked into the corner booth. Last time I saw you, you were a little tanner, she said, sitting. He gave her a shrug, saw Skip, and froze. Dev, this is my fiance, Skip Carlton. Peri slid over to allow Skip to sit next to her. Now, what's the problem? Dev glanced from Peri to Skip and back a few times, silent. She reached under the table, gave Skip's thigh a little squeeze, and he rose. I'll be up front having coffee. Peri studied her brother. The same blue eyes as their father. The same crooked smile as their mom. He gripped his coffee cup in both hands, his knuckles swollen and knotted. Another familiar trait. She glanced down at her own hands. Were my knuckles always this big? Dev leaned over the table and spoke in a whisper. I had a meeting last night with a sales rep, I think. I woke up this morning in a hotel room with a dead woman. I have no memory of what happened in between. She hadn't been sure what to expect, but this wasn't it. Her eyes widened. What did the police say? No idea. I ran out of there before they got to the room. Are you kidding me? Peri's voice climbed an octave. Keep it down, will you? He grabbed her arm. I realize I have to go to the police. I just needed someone to talk to first. I needed my little sister. Peri sat back and stared at her brother, crossing her arms over her chest. After not contacting me in over a year, after making me chase you down to even figure out where you were for the past, 7 years? Now you need me to get you out of a jam. His eyes narrowed as he rose from the booth. No, I guess I don't. I'll take my chances with the cops. Peri held up her hand. Whoa there, Bugsy. Sit down. I didn't say I wouldn't help you. I'm just not loving the way you only want to see me because you're in trouble. I'll get over it. He slumped against the vinyl and leaned his arms on the table, staring at his mug. She broke the silence. Okay, my fiancé happens to be a detective with the Placentia Police Department. He can go with us to the station so you can give your statement. And that shirt of yours for processing. I'm guessing that's not your blood on the collar. He pulled the jacket further up on his neck and gave her a quick nod. Peri looked around and found Skip on the other side of the bakery. At a small gesture from her, he began to make his way toward them. I gotta hit the head, Dev said, sliding out of the booth. Can it wait? Sure, if I want to piss myself. Okay, but don't wash. You might have evidence on you. Whatever. He slipped around the corner as Skip reached the table with a curious look. He went to the bathroom. Skip sat and finished his coffee as she explained Dev's predicament. Let me see what I can find out. He pulled out his cell phone and placed a call. Peri strained to hear his half of the conversation, but it was no use. Skip had that remarkable ability to speak quietly and be understood by the person on the other end. Years of police training had also honed his poker face, so she couldn't even read his expression. He ended the call and returned to his coffee. The little patience she had evaporated. Well? Well? He took one more sip. There is a dead woman in the Holidays Hotel and Spa on Nutwood. Initial guess is exsanguination. There's a lot of blood. Fingerprints aplenty, along with a man's jacket, size 38, with a visitor's ID in the pocket from Howard Aerospace Company. Dev Chaplin? Chaplin. What an ass. Because he's using our real for last name. She wriggled her fingers in quotation marks. When Helen and Eric married and moved to California from Minnesota, they decided to take a brand new last name. Eric proposed in Minneopa State Park. And using Chaplin makes you mad. Skip was stone-faced, but Peri could detect amused disapproval in the slight cock of his head. Yes, Minneopa is our legal family name. How dare he deny it? Right now, he's denying his place in an interrogation room. Stay here, I'll go get him. Peri picked up Dev's coffee cup, smelled the contents, and put it down. It smelled like coffee. What was I expecting, alcohol? I'm not a PI anymore. Skip returned to stand by the table. Your brother's in the wind. All right, so show of hands. How many of you knew as soon as Dev got up to go to the bathroom that he was gonna whoop, vamoose? Yeah? Everybody kind of saw that coming. And why wouldn't Peri see that coming? Well, in my opinion, Peri loves her brother. I mean, we all have siblings and family members, relatives, and we love them. We might not always like them, and maybe we shouldn't always trust them, but we want to. We want to think that they're going to do the right thing. We want to believe that we can trust them to do things, the honest way, and maybe they don't. And I think that's what's going on here with Peri. She wants to believe in her big brother. She wants to believe in him very badly. And maybe she just can't. Maybe he did kill this woman. Now, when will chapter 4 appear? I don't know. At my whim, I suppose. But I hope you all have a happy Halloween. Don't get sick from eating too much candy. And I will see you again soon.